Some places are quiet not because nothing happens, but because what happens there can't be spoken of again. Evergreen Tree Chapter 1. The Disappearing Path, September 2020, near the Slovakian border. Three friends go camping in an obscure forest: Eli, Mara, and Connor. Locals call the place the Red Grove. Its trees have copper-colored leaves all year round. They never fall. The forest is on the map, but no official trail goes through it. Several disappearances have been linked to this place in the past. Just 20 minutes in, something changes. The air gets denser. No birds, no wind. Even their footsteps feel muffled, as if the ground was absorbing sound. Eli checks his compass. The needle spins slowly in circles. Not from north to south, but around and around. Like it's lost. But the compass had never malfunctioned before. Flashlight Chapter 2. The first night at night. The forest is dead quiet. The fire crackles. Connor can't sleep and steps outside the tent. Then he hears it. Wet footsteps. Like someone barefoot walking slowly through mud. He turns. No one there. But there are footprints. There. Pointing backwards. Like someone had walked away, walking in reverse. Cell phone Chapter 3. The voice recorder. Eli's phone is found. It's recording audio by itself. On the file, Eli's voice whispers. I walked into the woods. Someone was calling me. I don't recognize the voice, but it said my name, using my mother's voice. His mother had died 5 years earlier. At the end of the recording, a deep voice cuts in. You came, finally. Spider Chapter 4. The Hollow One. In a nearby mountain town, a priest named Father Marcus once investigated Red Grove. In 1967, he documented a presence called the Hollow One. Not a spirit, not a ghost, but an echo. A mimic that learns what you love, what you fear, and uses it to call you. It doesn't hunt. You go to it. Drop of Blood Chapter 5. The Return. 3 days later, Connor emerges from the forest barefoot, bleeding, silent. He keeps muttering one phrase. He's still calling. He's hospitalized. Doctors find small circular burn-like marks spiraling across his body. Almost like something had circled him repeatedly. Mara and Eli are gone. Forever. Notebook Chapter 6. The final entry. Weeks later, Eli's backpack is found near a stream. Inside, a soaked notebook. The last page reads, they're inside the trees, behind the bark. Not human, but they know everything that makes us human. Our names, our memories, our dreams. And one final line, in shaky handwriting, he's wearing my face now. End closing. To this day, Red Grove is unmarked but visible on satellite maps. Its tree ring forms a perfect unnatural circle. Every September, someone else goes missing. We didn't scream. Because he was using our voices. Some villages are forgotten. Others are waiting. National Park Chapter 1. Not on any map. October 2021. 3 hikers, Lewis, Irene, and Matt, were exploring a dense forest near the Slovakian border. At 3:47 p.m., their GPS suddenly lost signal. The marked trail ended. But deep between the trees, they found something strange. A stone-built village. No signs, no names, no footprints. But every house had the same object on its doorstep: a hand-carved wooden whistle. There were no birds, no wind, just the faint sound of a distant, lonely whistle, somewhere in the trees. Flashlight Chapter 2. The first night. 2:11 a.m. They chose the only house with an intact roof. Lit a fire. Ate canned food. Talked about turning back in the morning. At 2:11 a.m., Irene woke up. Everything was silent. Not peaceful. Unnaturally still. Then, she heard it. A whistle. Short. Sharp. And somehow, speaking, "Come." The fire had gone out. The clock on her phone was frozen. 2:11 a.m. Wood Chapter 3. The one who vanished. Matt stepped out, following the sound. But he didn't return. Irene and Lewis grabbed flashlights and went looking. They walked straight down the main path. Then turned back. And ended up at the same house. Only this time, when they stepped inside, someone was sitting on the floor. Wearing Matt's clothes. His hair. His frame. But his face was wrong. His eyes were too low. His mouth was too high. Like someone had worn his face backwards. Notebook Chapter 4. The 1843 diary. In a collapsed schoolhouse, Irene found a water-damaged journal. The date: 1843. The language: Old Slavic. But scribbled between the lines in English was this: "They whistle to be found. Once you follow, they wear your name." Beneath that, a line in shaky handwriting: "Do not answer them." Whole Chapter 5. The echoes begin. Lewis was shaking uncontrollably. They tried to leave, but every turn led back to the same place. The whistles began again. But now, in a rhythm. Like a song made from names. Irene. Irene. Through the cracked window of an old home, they saw 3 shadows standing still. Same size, same shape, all wearing Irene's face. Mantelpiece clock. Chapter 6. The second Irene panicking, Irene grabbed the whistle Matt had found and blew into it. The wind stopped. The trees froze mid-sway. For 1 second, everything, buildings, forest, even the soil, turned transparent. When she opened her eyes, Lewis was gone. But there was someone else beside her. Another Irene. Same hair, same voice, same body, but this one didn't speak. She only whistled. Drop of blood. Final. Present day. Nobody knows where Whistle Hollow is. Some hikers claim their GPS went blank while trekking through untouched woods. Others say, at exactly 2:11 a.m., they heard something strange. A whistle, shaped like a name. Then a whisper, "We are you. Now it's your turn." Hospitals treat the body, but some places trap the soul. Hospital Chapter 1. The Silent Floor. The hospital was built in 1983, a towering concrete block on the edge of a forgotten city. It closed in 2014, officially for budgetary reasons. Unofficially, too many incidents. Too many unexplained events, especially on the 7th floor. In 2019, a private security firm was hired to monitor the building via a 24/7 camera system. Only the first floor was powered. But every night at 3:07 a.m., the corridor light on the 7th floor flickered on. For exactly 33 seconds. Always the same duration. The guard noticed it on his 3rd night. Flashlight Chapter 2. Camera feed 7F. The feed was grainy, full of static. But something was moving. A humanoid shadow, pacing slowly between the doorways. No footsteps, no sound, just the flickering of the fluorescent light, like an old film skipping frames. One night, the guard paused the feed. Zoomed in. What he saw chilled him. 2 hands pressed against the glass, but from inside the camera lens. File folder Chapter 3. The patient file 11B. The archive room hadn't been touched in years. Dust coated every surface like ash. In a rusted file cabinet, he found a faded folder, Patient 11B, Floor 7 status, unidentified. The notes were unsettling. No family name, no vocal responses, eyes always open, unblinking. Never left the room. Written in pen. Other patients whisper about him at night. One called him the breather. Said he exhales even when he's not alive. The file ended abruptly with this line: during evacuation, 11B was not found. Room was sealed, but the room number wasn't listed. Test tube, Chapter 4. Entering the floor, he broke protocol on his 10th shift. At 3:06 a.m., he took the stairwell up to the 7th floor. The air was heavy, thick like fog, but invisible. He described a low humming sound, like a fridge or a deep breath echoing through a pipe. The lights buzzed faintly, pulsing like a dying heartbeat. At the end of the hall, a door was ajar. Not broken, just slightly open, as if someone had stepped out and never returned. Inside the room, the wallpaper had fingernail scratch marks, all clustered at the corner where ceiling met wall. The emergency bed tag read, 11B, transport pending, 1994, studio microphone Chapter 5, missing seconds. When he returned to the security office, he noticed something terrifying. 36 seconds of footage were missing. Not corrupted, deleted, but all feeds, lobby, parking lot, elevator, suddenly showed the same image. A man in a hospital gown walking down the 7th floor hallway. Head slightly tilted. No face. Only smooth skin where eyes and mouth should be. He kept walking toward the camera, but never got closer. Frame by frame. Same distance. Like a tape looping endlessly. Drop of blood Chapter 6. The final entry: the guard quit 2 days later. But before leaving, he left a final note on the desk. He doesn't haunt the 7th floor. That floor belongs to him. We're just visitors, watching his hallway from the wrong side of the camera. The hospital remains abandoned. But if you pass by it at night, sometimes a fluorescent light on the 7th floor still flickers, at exactly 3:07 a.m.